there is an article that came out from Huffington Post that was they said, you know what? We're moving the stigma out of enough girl things.
Yeah.
We ran out of girl things to remove the stigma out. So now Huffington Post has wanted to remove the stigma, and they say men get real about their insecurities over man boobs. So it's sort of one for you.
Yep. You know what I wonder actually is what point does gender affirming care cover this?
This is one of those things where you're just like, haha, imagine.
Well, no, I've thought this for many years, actually.
They are saying that.
But I've thought this for many years.
In the article, they are saying that men getting boob reductions is basically just the same as a trans person getting the dick cut off.
Under a logical thread, it is. And especially in Canada, where where the government's paying for it, though. But I'm saying in Canada, it's like the government's covering it, is it not? Or to a degree?
Well,
the mastectomies?
It depends on where you live. I know in America it was sort of saying that it wasn't covered.
No, I know in America
and the insurance wasn't going to cover it.
Yeah, I know that.
Because it's cosmetic, right?
Right.
Well, so if they do consider that, you go, hey, I'm a guy that has womanly shoulders. It's gender affirming care for me to get broader shoulders.
Yeah, or that dude who can't stop injecting his biceps with that stuff.
Because it's gender affirming. You're right, because a lot of stuff would be considered cosmetic. They consider gender affirming, and gender affirming gets in a good category. Whereas you hey, I have a feminine cheekbones. I need plastic surgery to affirm my gender.
Yeah,
because I look too much like a chick.
Or hair transplants.
My boobs are a girl with just small boobs.
How can a bald guy not get hair plugs? That's totally gender affirming.
No, because guys are more likely to be bald. It'd be the opposite. On that one specifically.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But I just want to say, even before this even starts, Daniel, that if there is guys out there stigmatizing the fact that you probably have some man boobs, I think your boobs are beautiful.
Thank you. I
think they're a part of you.
I'm going to start binding.
I think, you know what? I'm going to be the stepdad in this one. I'm going to pull up a chair and be like, hey, let's get real. No, there's nothing funny about this. It's time to get real.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with your set of titties.
Girl, you're amazing. Or boy, you're amazing.
Boy, you're amazing. With that set of jugs. When I saw those jugs.
Damn, I wish I had the fucking big ass fake titties out right now.
And there's no glass your milk can't fill. Because Dan, you're amazing with that set of jugs.
Those set of jugs.
There's nothing wrong with you having gazoombas. There's nothing wrong with you having tallywhackers.
Thank you. I'm just glad somebody said it.
Somebody needs to step up for these guys. These motorboating guys.
Well, we're not doing the motorboating.
Despite strides that have been made in body neutrality in recent years.
The fuck is body neutrality?
It's that no body is better than the others.
I mean, that's not true.
Your man boobs are neutral.
No body is better than any other body?
Just because you've got...
Seems very subjective.
It's neutral. Everyone's neutral. You're going to have a number for a name. A number for a name and a name for a number.
I like this.
No, that's what it is. You get a number. Your name's a number, or and then your age is a name. That's the new thing.
That's the new thing. Yeah, it's really putting it in the blender.
And a name for a gender.
So LeBron James and me, same.
Neutral.
Same.
Newt.
Me and Usain Bolt, same.
And
cool.
Just because man boobs are considered fodder for jokes in stand-up routines in boys' locker rooms, that does not mean that you're less of a man.
If anything, I'm more of a man.
Apparently, this is what the article said, as the Mayo Clinic notes. Gynecomastia is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Is a serious health problem. And this is where it gets wacky. They said an estimated 30 to 50% of healthy men struggle with it. So I guess that's just they're saying is fat guys have boobs.
Well, a lot of the
50%
all
of
the
men.
Bodybuilders too. That's a big thing with all those steroid people.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because they actually get it where it's.
But if you're saying 50% of men have something, all you're saying is fat guys have some women tissue in their boobs.
Yeah.
Some booby tissue. And the numbers vary drastically because of gynecomastia is a relative thing. Today, thanks to surgery, they can feel comfortable in their skin, and they do consider the procedure gender-affirming surgery.
So that's what I say.
Well, his insurance company, however, did not agree.
Yeah, but that's in America. Can I go back to the
Canada,
motherland?
you can get anything, dude. Because in Canada, they're one step away from like, I want to come in and get my foot cut off.
No, it's like in Canada, go, hey, I'd like to get this gender affirming. They go, would you also have us suicide you? Or
yeah, do you want us to suicide you too?
It's a little extra, but your insurance covers it.
Yeah, and they go, the whatever. They're kind of going through the thing, how it's basically the trans surgery. And this is how Huffington Post couldn't even do one article about men without like. They tried to get into the like male game where they're like, we've run out of every girl thing to take the stigma out of. What about a guy thing? And then just like, some guys struggle with man boobs, which is just like the trans thing. The thing about the trans thing.
Yeah, think about because have we talked about that? Have we talked about it a lot? So anyways, the thing about
the only reason they were even able to do one article saying that there's like some hard things about being men is they had to transfer it over to being like, hey, and men need this, right? You need that. Well, now let me introduce you to a little thing called trans people who now you should be able to relate to.
Is there going to be some sort of like group, the Trans Fat Guy Alliance? They all meet up together, just like it's like a mixer, just fat dudes and trans people.
Well, that's what they kind of said. Their advice for the people was they need to find a community of men, which shouldn't be hard if it's one. Yeah,
it's called a Buffalo Bills game. It exists.
They said 1 in 2 people have it, and also you need to find a community. It's like, would you ever? I don't think you actually have it, but like, would you ever like a guy that has that going up to someone else, and you sort of spot him across the room, just like you walk up to a guy and he goes, "Hey, buddy, you want to do a meetup?" He goes, "What?" And you go,
"No, I have a meetup." Yeah, he goes, "Hey, you give him a card."
Yeah, I have a meetup.
What do you?
Just going up to a fat guy.
What are you doing on Sunday? He goes, "Watching football." He goes,
a couple of us get together.
Me too.
Yeah.
So do we.
So do we, brother. Hey, I just want you to know you're not alone.
Fire up the barbecue and, just...
Hey, pal. Going up to a guy just like shoveling down wings at a fucking tailgate.
Or like this, or do that at like the state, the Texas State Fair that we went to, or like the North Carolina State Fair.
Yeah, just going up to the state fair, walking up to a guy and go, "Hey, pal. Just want you to know you're not alone. Obviously, you're not alone because you got the 2 big Gazumbas, but you and the Gazumbas are also
Or if
not
there was
alone.
like a tent at like, so if you ever go to like a Fish or like a Grateful Dead concert, there's always like a table and it's all the sober people.
Yeah,
right,
they
who
sort
are
of
like,
get together.
They all get together because there's always a set break. And they all get together because like set break is just temptation city. If you're sober, right? You're just like they're
fine when they're dancing, but as soon as they stop dancing,
they're just like, good God, like the set breaks are nightmares for them because they're just like everybody's doing drugs everywhere, drinking everything, and they're just in their like little corner, just being like, just please God help us get through this set break so we can just get back to the show. But that'd be like at the state fair, just like a fucking bunch of dudes, like little meet up.
Little meetup for the boys with the titties. Yeah.